towards the future a bit, how do you expect Goldfinch's use cases to grow? Are there like any exciting developments coming up that you could share?
Yeah. So you mean kind of like on the borrow side of things?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, Goldfinch is a generic protocol, right? We assume that, fintech lenders are using this now because there's this big gap in financing. But over the next 5 to 10 years, we see really all of private credit coming onto the blockchain because blockchain is going to offer a more transparent, a more liquid system. It's interoperable and it's global by default. And so there's going to be this one, we think, single kind of global credit market that everyone's going to tap into, from the small businesses in Nigeria to large institutions. And so we've already started to expand doing some developed market deals. We have some US companies that have been using Goldfinch. And I see really just more and more of the entire private credit space starting to access Goldfinch. We kind of started with this niche who had a high pain point and was willing to use something weird like crypto. But as crypto becomes more mainstream and the amount of capital that is available on Goldfinch continues to grow, we're going to be able to service a much wider array of potential borrowers. And I think they're all going to be really attracted to the ease, the transparency, and the interoperability that DeFi is going to provide.
Okay. Would that expansion kind of include lending directly to these end users, or will it always be through private credit or lending businesses?
Yeah, so it's a good question. I think that it will always be through some sort of intermediary, but the way we see this playing out is, in time, these companies, instead of taking the money off chain and putting it, sending it to people through their wallets and through the e-money systems of these other countries, they're just going to do that directly on chain. Right. And these people are going to have wallets. All that flow of funds is going to be on chain. We'll be able to really kind of reduce, I think, a lot of legal headaches that are involved with these deals as more of that activity is happening on chain. And further, we also see eventually people will just be able to create smart contracts that are basically like strategies of who you can lend to. But we need more of that information to be on chain so that these smart contracts could, through oracles or whatever, actually have a real strategy and loan people money quickly and easily. And then I think people will use Goldfinch to put money into that smart contract, right? And so, but I think somebody needs to make that sort of more low-level decision. The notion of trust through consensus is inherently an expensive process. And so I think it means that the deals that happen on Goldfinch are going to be larger, where it makes more sense for us to be a kind of wholesale lender. But that doesn't mean it's going to be off-chain all the time, or it doesn't mean it'll be, a manual. I think it can still be automated and fully on-chain, but just, I think you kind of need that separation there.